Okay, I think we are live. Thank you so much for joining us. Please share this broadcast with your friends and networks now. We are so excited that you're joining us on the Welcome to We show. My name is Rick Ulfik, and I'm founder of We the World and the We campaign at we.net. We the World is a global coalition building organization with 11 campaigns for change. You can take action with us by going to we.net/partner. And of course, to find out more about We the World, you can just go to we.net. On the Welcome to We show, we have 3 goals: to inspire, inform, and involve you in creating a world that works for all. That's 3 I's that make a we. So we can go from a me society to a we society. And on this show, we ask the all-important question, what can we do together that we can't do on our own to create a more peaceful, sustainable planet and civilization? Today's show will feature an exciting intergenerational presentation with Tomorrow's Dreamers and the EarthFlash Games show with Adrian Alvarez, Brianna Rain Skildum, Shannon Crossbear, Jim Greywolf Petruzzi, and Sue Blythe. Since we're finishing up Earth Month, which starts on the equinox, March 20th, and we are getting ready to celebrate Earth Day, I think it's a perfect time for you, me, and all of us to remember that each of us has the power to change the world. Case in point, the 17-year-old young woman who videotaped the killing of George Floyd, which led to the whole world taking to the streets in solidarity. By the way, we just heard within the last hour that the jury declared Derek Chauvin guilty on all 3 counts for killing George Floyd. So thinking about Earth Day, here are 3 ways we can change the world for the better. Let's reduce our consumption of products, which will help reduce the use of fossil fuels, plastics, and all kinds of things that wind up in landfills and polluting our oceans. Let's reduce the amount of meat, fish, and other animals that we eat, which will not only reduce the amount of animal cruelty that happens, it will also help save the rainforests, the oceans, biodiversity, and it can even help reduce the amount of greenhouse gases that fuel the climate disruption that we are facing. The most important thing we can do, though, is for us to support the organizations and movements that are specifically working to make sure our society's policies and priorities are creating a peaceful, sustainable world. It's what we do collectively that can have the biggest positive impact. So I encourage you to connect with and support We the World and our We campaign by going to we.net and get involved. Now let's bring in my co-host, Sue Blythe. Sue Blythe coordinates We the World's campaign for the environment. She is the founder of the Climate Collaboratory, a pilot project of We the World and the University of Florida Extension. Welcome to the broadcast, Sue Blythe. And you can give us the overview, what's going to happen today on the Welcome to We show.
Okay, thank you, Rick. I'm really excited to take you all on a part of our collaborative storytelling adventure that we're working on with the Climate Collaboratory. We have activities that are, our storyline is on the road to 2030 and beyond. And so what we're looking at is creating a world that works for all. And so we have activities in our program for children, youth, adults, and elders. And tonight I'm going to introduce you to some of our youth and elders. And we will invite you into what we call the EarthFlash Making the Games Club. And we are in process because we're just learning how to do this. We are not professional by any means. We just have been having a good time together and realized that in order to do a good job here, we needed to get a voiceover recording of what we're doing. And so I'd like you to know that all of the participants and the viewers are part of our pilot project now and coming into the production team of the EarthFlash games. So I'm just really pleased to introduce my friends who will be doing this EarthFlash game show with us. And that includes our friend youth activist, Adrian Alvarez, and young professional, Brianna Rain Skildum, and her grandmother, Shannon Crossbear, and storyteller, Jim Gray Wolf Petruzzi. And here we go.
We are here to tell you a story of how a team of young people and elders began a process that empowered young people and those who care about their future to make a world that works for all.
This is a process that we're in right now, in the middle of the production of a video to send to schools and community groups. We're recording tonight to get the voiceover track for our video. We haven't yet put in many of the supporting audio and video clips, but we'll let you know where they go. Adrian has a little sign for us.
Great. So our story actually begins in June of 2020, when there was a global call for the 20th anniversary of the Earth Charter.
My sister, Rebecca, and I had a message to all the adults.
We think that turning consciousness into action means to put our ideas and determination into action, to be able to help in the current problems and in activities to prevent them in the future. We believe that the people that the world needs right now are those capable of reacting with determination to problems, giving the best of themselves, and even exceeding their own limits to help others. There's an important group of society that wants to form part of this process, and that group is us, children. In the near future, we will be the adults, and we will continue the projects that you start today. But we don't want to wait that long to start working hand in hand with you. We know what is happening, and we want to help. We have great ideas, but we don't have the tools to implement them. That is why we need you. We can be a great team. We are children. We are awake. And we are conscious of what is happening. And from our hearts, we have created a plan to take action.
Hello, I'm Rebecca Alvarez and I'm 10 years old. Something that I've noticed is that whenever I try to explain to my friends about the Earth Charter is that they don't listen or simply they don't care because they think that's an adult thing. Well, I think we should create a space where children can feel like they're part of the Earth Charter. A space where they can learn how to protect their community and the planet. Meanwhile, they learn how to become leaders of the future. The idea my brother and I had is to make kids around the world making groups led by an adult that has fun activities that shows them about the Earth Charter, about community service, how to become a leader of the future, and how to love and protect nature. As you see, us children have ideas. We want to put them in action. And we are counting on you to help us make this world a better place.
Thank you. We
Whoops,
think
sorry.
that
Ah. So let me, whoops. I am forever having trouble with my technical, so please forgive me. Okay, Jim?
Oh, you're on mute.
Young people are the real heroes of this story. Some of us have been on this road for decades. We'll walk beside you for as long as we can before it's time to pass the torch to the next generation.
Yes, we elders have a lifetime of memories and words of wisdom. I keep mine right here in my EarthFlash memory book. Here's a quote from George Bernard Shaw. I want to be thoroughly used up when I die, for the harder I work, the more I live. I rejoice in life for its own sake. Life is no brief candle for me. It's a sort of splendid torch which I've got hold of for the moment, and I want to make it burn as brightly as possible before handing it on to future generations.
There's something important that I want to pass on to you young people before my time is up. Some of us have been playing the world game for a long time. It all started in the 1960s when Buckminster Fuller challenged his students at MIT to make the world work for 100% of humanity in the shortest possible time through spontaneous cooperation without ecological offense or the disadvantage of anyone.
We'll show a clip here of Buckminster Fuller himself talking about the world game.
I want to play in the world game.
There's a song for that.
Da, 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 da.
Our generation has been playing the world game for more than half a century. We haven't done a very good job of it. The world does not work for 100% of humanity, and we've already caused ecological devastation.
We now know that the stakes are much, much higher.
There's a song for that too.
Mm-hmm.
We're all wondering if we'll
No.
win.
Wait. I've got a song for that. I'm not supposed to be this slow with it.
"200 miles in space, circling the human race, wondering will we win or lose it all? Come in, planet Earth, are you listening? The world is just an island in the sky. If we can fly among the stars, we can find the truth within our hearts. Love's the only way we can survive."
We're all wondering if we'll win or lose it all.
Love is the only way that we can survive. Close your eyes, breathe in, and feel the love it will take to change the world. Breathe out and let go of any limiting thoughts. Breathe in, hold it a minute, and get ready to shift. Breathe out, and we'll travel through our hearts on the web of love.
These are some words of wisdom from an ancient sacred Hindu text.
Go ahead, Shannon.
There is an endless net of threads throughout the universe. The horizontal threads are in space. The vertical threads are in time. At every crossing of these threads, there is an individual, and every individual is a crystal bead. And every crystal bead reflects not only the light from every other crystal in the net, but also every other reflection throughout the entire universe.
Chief Squamish, an indigenous elder also known as Chief Seattle, said, "Humankind has not woven the web of life. We are but one thread within it. Whatever we do to the web, we do to ourselves. All things are bound together. All things connect."
We are all connected, and we all get to help create a future that works for all.
There's a song for that.
We are all connected.
We've got some serious work to do. And it's always good to add some music to make it fun and enjoyable.
And there's a song for that.
Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. Let's make a new way to play the world game. This time, let's make it fun so that everyone can play.
Great idea. What can we call it?
It has to have urgency. So how about EarthFlash games?
Yes, it's a race against time. We can win. We must win.
I'll make a guidebook for the EarthFlash games. It will tell what's happening and how people can play.
Let's call that the EarthFlash Printernet Gazette.
Perfect. Every individual, family, organization, and community can create their own story based on what they're already doing and what they want to see happen in the years ahead.
We need a vision that we can work towards.
I've got just the thing. Let me share my screen here and I'll show you. This is something I put together using the illustrations from a couple of different programs, Pachamama Alliance, the Story of Stuff, and we have some artwork created from the from the Earth Charter International. And it says, "We stand at a critical moment in Earth's history, a time when humanity must choose its future. Earth, our home, is alive with a unique community of life. The dominant patterns of production and consumption are causing environmental devastation, the depletion of resources, and a massive extinction of species. The choice is ours. Form a global partnership to care for Earth and one another, or risk the destruction of ourselves and the diversity of life. We must stand together to bring forth a global society. We affirm these interdependent principles of the Earth Charter. Respect and care for the community of life. Ecological integrity. Social and economic justice. Democracy, nonviolence, and peace. Let ours be a time remembered for the awakening of a new reverence for life, the quickening of the struggle for justice and peace, and the joyful celebration of life."
That's a vision of the future that I want for my children and grandchildren. But I think it would be even better with different artwork. Maybe we could ask people to show the future the way they see it.
We can ask for artwork to show people's dreams for a world that works for all.
We can call it Together, we will dream on.
Okay, it's time to play. Together we will dream on.
Adrian, tell us how to play. I'll put it in the EarthFlash Printernet Gazette.
We need dreams and ideas to create lots of solutions to win the world game. And what better way to do it than by creating your own piece of art? A picture, drawing, or literature that shows your dream for the world that works for all. By submitting, you also inspire others to take part and take their first steps in this great game. To participate in this challenge, you can post your artwork on Instagram with the hashtag Together We Will Dream On. However, if you want your dream to be considered for publication on our blog or newsletter, go to EarthFlash Printernet Gazette and you'll find the link to submit your dream.
Read all about it in the EarthFlash Printernet Gazette.
I know lots of people who have stories to tell about what they've done to make the world a better place.
Let's make it a game. Tell me how to play and I'll write it in the EarthFlash Printernet Gazette.
Okay, well, we call it Crafting Our Climate Stories, and I'll invite a few of my friends to a workshop on Tuesdays.
Good, let's keep it going. It's time to play Crafting Our Climate Story.
EarthFlash, EarthFlash, read all about it in the Printernet Gazette. Find out how you can tell your climate story.
Everyone living on Earth has a climate story to tell. And together, we are telling the story of the whole human family at this critical moment in Earth's history. And we have a friend, her name is Angelique, and also known as Born in a Cloud of Smoke. And she invites everyone to tell their own climate stories.
And we've got a wonderful video. We'll show that to you in the Printernet Gazette.
My friends love to tell stories about living together in peace. I'll let them know about crafting our climate story.
I wonder who else wants to play in the world game with us.
Children, for sure. I want my grandchildren to know that we can make the world work for 100% of humanity and the community of life on Earth.
Young people are already figuring out what needs to be done and how to do it. They use all kinds of newfangled technologies and ancient wisdom.
Adults are making things happen in their homes, schools, and communities.
And elders who have a lifetime of experience and a world of connections have networks of support to draw on.
Did you know that ours is the very first generation with more seniors than children? We, the elders, are ready and willing to help the young people to make the changes that they want to see for the world, for our great, 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 great grandchildren.
Elders and youth will make a great team. I think we're ready to play for real.
Okay, next step, it's time to play the EarthFlash games.
Yay!
Welcome to EarthFlash, a game show for tomorrow.
Here we are, tomorrow's dreamers on the EarthFlash Games Show, ready to take action.
Our world is in danger, and it's our job, everyone's job, to help make a world that works for all.
Let's be the heroes of our story.
Our first game is Climate Change, Myth or Fact.
And we have some games to put in here in the Printernet Gazette.
Climate change is a really big problem, but humans always find a way.
It will take everyone doing small things and really big ones too.
Yep, the climate challenge is a race against time. We can win, and we must.
And I believe we will, because we are one Earth family, one human family, and one Earth community that has a common destiny.
We're all telling this story together, so we might as well make it a good one.
What will it look like when we win the world game?
The big win is when the world works for all. The Earth's temperature will be not too hot, not too cold, but just right.
Adrian?
Together we will dream on. Send us your artwork and stories about thriving Earth we all want to see.
Check the Printernet Gazette for guidelines.
Many people think that terrible things will never happen, that our world is going in a certain direction, and they fear about where our gold and where our Earth is going. But others say it will take a miracle for things to change. So when do you think we'll see a sustainable, just, and peaceful world?
It will be a long, slow process. I guess 100 years or more.
We'll have to do it faster than that if we're going to have a livable Earth.
If we all do our part, I think we can win the world game by 2050 or maybe 2030.
That means lots of people need to take climate action right away.
They're already out there doing what needs to be done. Those are the stories we want to put in our EarthFlash memory books.
We could make that a game.
We can make it a treasure hunt, looking for people with good climate stories to tell.
And so why not? It's time to play the EarthFlash treasure hunt.
EarthFlash, EarthFlash, read all about it in the Printernet Gazette.
Our challenge, should we choose to accept it, is to collect climate stories from the people in our own community who are living these interdependent principles of the Earth Charter. Respect and care for the community of life, ecological integrity, social and economic justice, and democracy, nonviolence, and peace.
Let's see how many stories we can collect for the Earth Charter anniversary in June.
EarthFlash, EarthFlash, read all about it in the Printernet Gazette.
You know, I like making up EarthFlash games. Wouldn't it be fun to create activities and games for children? I know that they'll want to play. After all, they'll live the longest in the world that we're creating.
It's time to play the EarthFlash Making the Game Club.
EarthFlash, EarthFlash, read all about it in the Printernet Gazette.
By June, we want to have children's games for each of these pillars of the Earth Charter. Respect and care for the community of life, ecological integrity, social and economic justice, and democracy, nonviolence, and peace.
Let's start with Pillar 1, respect and care for the community of life.
My sisters and I made a video for that.
Respect Earth and respect life with all of its diversity. Care for the animals, people, and plants. With compassion. And with love.
participate.
like sustainable societies and peaceful societies.
Secure Earth's bounty and beauty.
For present and future generations.
Is that my line?
Yep.
Can someone read it? I can't get to it.
Adrian's sisters, Rebecca and Victoria, have been making some new Earth Charter games.
We want to add some games and activities that they would enjoy. We'll need help finding and making matching games and crossword puzzles and things like that.
EarthFlash, EarthFlash, read all about it in the Printernet Gazette.
I told them, the girls, some of my favorite children's stories about kids who are taking care of the earth, like Pacha's Pajamas and the Global Warming Express and the Tree Tender. Whoop. I missed the Tree Tender. Oh dear. I'm going to come back to that because it's really essential. Go ahead, though.
Shannon?
I think it was Adrian, actually. But we're starting to setting up the stage for the collaborative storytelling adventure, right? And the girls said that we need to see lots of people, regular people and famous people, telling us what they're doing to make a healthy planet.
But lots of us are doing what we can to make a world that works for all.
EarthFlash, EarthFlash, read all about it in the Printernet Gazette.
Okay, I'd like to step in here and show you this Tree Tender video because this is a story that helps us to figure out how to care for the whole community of life.
You know what would be fun? Mapping the common ancestry connecting birds and whales.
May I assist you?
Everything's under control.
You are currently viewing the group that includes all vertebrates.
Yeah, I know. It contains all animals with a spinal column, mammals, fish, birds, reptiles. There are over 66,000 such species on Earth.
Yet the vertebrata subphylum comprises less than 0.03% of the tree of life.
What? Only 0.03%?
The vertebrata subphylum comprises less than 0.03% of the tree of life.
No, I heard you. That's amazing.
This subphylum is part of the Animalia group, one of 6 main branches diagrammed on the tree of life. Would you like to see the rest of the Animalia group?
Sure.
Loading the animal group.
Well, I can see how big the animal group is.
Gaia.
You know, there's got to be a better way to show the scale of the tree.
Gaia.
I mean, what if we...
Tree Tender?
Yeah? Whoa!
Welcome to the Tree of Life. This is a 3D representation of how all life on Earth is connected, and it is now yours to oversee.
It's huge.
We can also add the group Plantae.
We can see the plants here too? Wow. I've never seen anything so enormous.
The largest of all the sections contains the smallest of all life forms. For example, microbes.
So, you're saying this tree shows every single thing in existence?
Not just all life that has ever existed, but also their ancestry and how they are all connected.
So, I'm somewhere over here.
Correct.
What's this?
What's that? This story goes on, and it's really fascinating. So I hope, where will we find that, Adrian?
In the Printernet Gazette. Come get your Printernet Gazette and find out all about it.
So in that little clip we did hear them saying that we needed lots of people in that beautiful, finding the right place to tell our climate stories on the tree of life, to put out the stories for all the humans.
Sorry, this is coming up. I do have a tree of life. This is an explorable version of the tree of life. And we're going to look for the humans. And so this is all life on Earth, and actually starting back from the time when it began. So we've got quite a let's see, great apes. Where does it say? Here we are, sorry. Humans. Let's go find us on this tree of life. Coming into all kinds of things. Here we are in the primates. Oh, there we are, right at the tail end of this tree of life. We've been on this planet for such a short time, but my goodness, have we made a difference. We've managed to upset the whole balance of nature.
Those stories will inspire others to tell their stories, and so on, until everyone is playing their part in the world game.
We should get all this ready for the Earth Charter anniversary in June. We can do another EarthFlash game show and see how many people will join in.
We can have summer camps to get ready for the next school year. I want to play EarthFlash games at my school next year.
Let's aim for a giant celebration on Earth Day 2022.
We're on the road to 2030 now for sure. We'll see who wants to play the EarthFlash games.
We're collecting stories and artwork and games and activities to make a world that works for all.
EarthFlash, read all about it in the Printernet Gazette.
To get your EarthFlash Printernet Gazette, go to we.net/EarthFlash with the exclamation point.
No, actually, there's no exclamation. That was my mistake.
So go to we.net/EarthFlash, and it has details on how to play all the EarthFlash games.
So that's pretty exciting. And I think that's why we put the little excitement there, because of course, no one can play all of them. And you can choose one or more of the many activities for children, youth, adults, and elders.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
Yes, I've got that. Coming right up. We have the Climate Collaboratory is actually a pilot project, very rough draftish, a pilot of We the World and the Sustainable Floridians, which is a program of the University of Florida's Extension Program. And our co-sponsors include Elders Climate Action, the Florida chapter, and the Interfaith Climate Group. And so we're working toward a community-wide climate conversation to action program. And as we get into this, we'll be highlighting the stories and some of these activities and games in each of several EarthFlash game shows that we play during the year. The next one will be at the Earth Charter's 20th, and I'm sorry, it's now the 21st anniversary in June. And then we'll be going to the what we call the Gardens of Global Unity during 11 days of Global Unity in September. And we're going to keep going through the year until we get to the following Earth Day. And we hope we'll have lots of people playing and that we can get much more professional in our presentation. And so we want to call on all of you watching to find a way that you can support. We're looking for people, individuals, organizations, schools, youth groups, faith groups, businesses. And we have workshops to help people figure out how they can best do this. We're right now working with United Nations Association and some other organizations in our local community. But that's kind of the way it works.
And now, because it is so critical, an additional word to these potential sponsors. Many think that we're standing in the abyss and looking down into the hole. We feel we're looking at the beginning of a whole new game, a whole new earth. So join us. Think about being a sponsor.
So in the words of the Earth Charter, every individual, family, organization, and community has a vital role to play. The arts, science, religion, educational institutions, the media, businesses, non-governmental organizations, and governments all are called to offer a creative leadership. The partnership of government, civil society, and business is essential for effective governance.
Tomorrow's dreamers call on people of all ages to play the EarthFlash games to make the world work for 100% of humanity and the community of life on Earth.
Who will help us? We need to take the recording of tonight's show as our voiceover and add the missing video clips to make a professional looking video. We'll distribute that to schools and community organizations that want to play the EarthFlash games.
The right person for that job could be a student volunteer who loves to edit videos, or a business that can sponsor a video editing project for someone, or a donor who can cover the cost of hiring a professional. We know you've enjoyed what we've done, but we want to go even further.
And I like to say, we need professional help. We are looking for the sponsors who will help make our vision a reality. And if you are ready to do this, you can find some information about this and register for information at we.net EarthFlash. And that's with no exclamation.
You'll read all about it in the EarthFlash Printernet Gazette.
When we win the world game and we make the world work for 100% of humanity and the community of life on Earth, we'll celebrate that ours is a time remembered for awakening of a new reverence for life, the firm resolve to achieve sustainability, the quickening of the struggle for justice and peace, and the joyful celebration of life.
And remember, if you want to share your dream about how we can win the world game, go to Instagram and use the hashtag #TogetherWeWillDreamOn, or you'll find more details in the Internet Gazette.
Thank you all for joining us and being a part of this journey.
Now remember, it's time to dream a new dream together.
And in that dream, let's be the heroes.
A big thank you to tomorrow's dreamers, Adrian, Brianna, Jim, and Shannon, and to all of you who will join us on the road to a sustainable, just, and peaceful future. And that's our EarthFlash game show, Rick. Back
Wow.
to you.
Amazing, amazing. I just want to thank you all. I think we, the audience, got a chance to go backstage and watch a run-through, a rehearsal and run-through of the EarthFlash game show, right?
That's it.
So
Thanks for bearing with us.
yeah, well, you know, that's what it's like backstage to check all of that out. And thank you all for having the courage to do that.
And I think another thing, Rick, is that we just want to invite everybody, because this is a game in progress.
Mm-hmm.
And as we continue to gather people's climate stories, the games they would like to see inserted in the Printernet Gazette, to identify all the good things that are happening out there and how we can elevate those so that everybody gets to experience it. And so that the more that we can play together this wonderful game that's going to sustain our Earth, and have fun at the same time. So we want everybody to say this is in progress and you get to be a part of it. So thanks.
That's right. So we can all be part of the game as we go forward. The game of life, and it's also the world game, right? That Buckminster Fuller talked about.
That's right. So I believe we can do this, and I'm putting my all into it and hoping that we'll get the right people coming our way to help make this a really wonderful, powerful experience for lots and lots of people. And I'd like to add, let me just add that, you know, I mentioned this is a pilot project with We the World and the University of Florida Extension. And what we're looking at is taking this starting in September into what we call a community-wide climate conversation to action program. And so we'll be playing these games and involving people in finding, you know, either telling their own stories about what they're already doing, or finding things that they want to do so they can tell the story about that. But everybody has a story to tell, and we are putting together the story of, in my part of the country, it's in Florida, and we're telling the story of one county in Florida. We're also telling the story of one state, and that is the whole state of Florida. And anybody can take this game and play it in their own part of the world.
Right. Well, I was very impressed with the tree tender video. That's pretty amazing to see all of life displayed from what is it, 5 billion years ago through the present and into the future.
And it puts us in that little tiny spot right at the tail end of that whole process. And that is a production of Digital Worlds Institute at the University of Florida. And it was premiered on Earth Day, I think 2 years ago, at the Florida Museum of Natural History. And so we're looking to develop a partnership with the university's extension and Digital Worlds and museum, and start getting all of this into a package that people can see what their part is.
You know what's interesting about that piece, and I really like that too, there's a very, very, very old traditional way of doing that. And you make a huge circle around and around and around on a large piece of land. And at every point you put a rock, and each one of those rocks is part of that history as you go back. So this is added technology and modernized something that goes back who knows how many generations.
Right. Are you talking about a labyrinth? I think so, right?
Yes, it's a labyrinth. It's a teaching labyrinth. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's an amazing idea. Wow. Very cool. So what do you think about all this, Adrian?
I think, and I hope that this game show inspires many people, and hopefully someone out there can help us edit this, because I think it'll turn out great if we have the right person.
Mm-hmm.
Right. It's all in the editing. As people know who are involved with film, I've worked on many film and TV projects over the years, and it's all about the editing.
Yep. Yep.
All the little things that happen during the show today, they can edit those things out, and it can be made smooth.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and
It's a miracle.
Yeah. Yep.
Exactly. And how about you, Brianna? What do you think about the project and all of this that we're all talking about?
I'm really enjoying being a part of the project and being here to see where it goes and put in my, give my gift of, I feel like I have a small writing gift, and I'm glad to be able to use that here. And I hope that, like Adrian said, I hope we do find someone to help us edit this, because what I hope for this project overall is for it to touch people's hearts and for it to reach people. And really good editing can be an attention grabber. So,
Yep.
that always gets people sucked in. But even without, honestly, even if we have what we have now, I think we've still done what we can, and we've started ourselves on a good path to impacting people and making real change. Even just coming out with the Printernet Gazette by itself or with this video by itself are both they still feel big to me and impactful and important. And so I'm happy to be a part of it and to allow and to have there be space for many, many other people to be a part of it as well.
Right. And
It's been my joy to work with these two young people. It's just really been a quite an adventure of its own. We started this quite a while ago. You saw that video of Adrian and his sister Rebecca on that original Earth Charter global call, and that was in June last year. And they were asking to have some help getting into that, the global network that's going with the Earth Charter and We the World and so many others. And so I reached out, and they have the most wonderful family. The parents are just so supportive and encouraging, and have helped these kids to make a YouTube presence. And Adrian, you might want to talk just a little bit about what you're doing with that YouTube channel.
Well, I have a YouTube channel and an Instagram. It's called Adrian Alvarez Earth. And there I try to post inspirational, create awareness kind of videos, like to try to motivate people to start taking their first steps in this world game. So far, I've done there's 3 interviews on the channel, and one of them is with Jim. And currently, we're working on an interview with Sue. So, yeah, if anyone watching wants to check it out, I'm sure it will inspire you.
And tell the address again where they can find it.
Adrian Alvarez Earth. It's my it's like the little name underneath my screen.
Okay, great.
Right, that sounds great. And I'm interested to hear from you, Adrian, what you think about your fellow friends who are like in school with you and people like that. Are they are, are they inspired by what you're doing, or are they getting involved in these kinds of service activities like you are, or are they not really? Or how do you feel about it?
Well, like like my sister and I said in the global call, sadly, many of them don't know, or they just don't think it's something for children to do. So that's something I think we all need to start working on it, because there's a big number of children, and if we can teach them and motivate them to start helping, the process can go much faster. And us children are creative, so many solutions can come from that.
Yeah, that makes sense. So, what do you think the secret is? Is it like getting the parents involved? Would that help the kids to come along, or what do you think?
I think something that's really important in this process is to start young. I think the parents need to start teaching their children about the importance of nature and to be kind to everyone, include everyone, all these valuable like lessons or attributes. Because if you grow up with that, like you grow up speaking English or Spanish, like you grow up speaking a language or a religion, you stay with that most of the time for the rest of your life. So I think it's really important for parents to start teaching their children young, so that when they grow up, they don't question it and they do it and they help right away.
Yep.
Good words. Good words.
Mm.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense to me. And Shannon, I'm wondering what you think. Your granddaughter is Brianna here on the show
Yeah,
with
well,
us, and
if I had buttons, they would burst open because I love my granddaughter so much, and I am so proud of her and so hopeful. And I think it's always a joy. Her brother is coming to see me tomorrow. He's going to arrive, and he's going to be here for Earth Day. And we have some special celebrations that we're going to be doing, some ceremony that we do together. And we'll be remembering my girl here and during those ceremonies, and um, speaking on her behalf in those ceremonies. And so I think that I am um, overjoyed because Adrian, I think it is the elders that influence these young people. And when you start when they're babies and you tell them that they're loved, that they're cared for, and that they have a connection to this Mother Earth and to all living beings, then that stays with them. And then they grow up and they do wonderful, beautiful things and use their voice like Brianna is doing. And so I'm feeling very hopeful. And quite frankly, I like to play games. And so when you guys are going to make it fun, I want to stick around for that. I'm getting kind of cranky in my old age. And so, a little fun goes a long ways. So, having fun and making it a game and going, what can I learn, about this earth? And I am still learning every single day. And I'm here to tell you, and I know Jim was too, because he spoke about it the other day. And Sue, we were all, and Rick too, I think, we were all around for the first Earth Day.
Yes.
And we know that some of what happened in that first Earth Day, we're now just beginning to see those seeds that are starting to sprout. So the generations to come are so exciting. So yeah, what can I say?
Yes.
I'm a proud grandma.
All right. That sounds good. So, Sue, you want to wind it up and we'll take it away?
Yes, indeed. I am just, oh, go ahead, Jim.
Just before you wind it up, we should really recognize, because what an incredible day to do this on. It only took 200 years, but finally a murdered black man got justice. And this is all new, just like us.
And
Exactly.
and speaking of historical monumental things going on, it's just amazing the difference that having COVID to give us a sense that we are one human family.
Yes.
And what affects one affects us all. And so it's a wonderful learning opportunity. And for me, I'm really glad that so much of that process involved people getting on Zoom so that we can have this kind of conversation, even though, where are we all located? We're in all different parts of this United States, and we've got people all over the world that are connected in this. We've got that song, and we are all connected, a song and a dance. And I'm just planning to engage young people in putting this children's story that, we haven't really gotten into that, but that's where I'm working with Adrian's two younger sisters on a game that starts on the Earth Charter game board, and kind of spills out into different media and out into the community and into the whole world. So that's a very exciting piece for me too. And I don't think that we ever said anything about the Earth Charter. There's the game, but no, it's disappearing in your, hold it closer to you.
Wasn't me.
Yeah, there it is.
Wait, I'm gonna spotlight you, Shannon. Go ahead.
And this is the Earth Charter game. It comes from a group in Brazil, but the Earth Charter is a document that was launched 21 years ago now. And it is 16 principles for a sustainable, just, and peaceful future. You saw some of the themes that include social and economic justice and democracy, nonviolence, and peace, which are just as important as taking care of, the animals and the planet itself. I mean, getting this global civilization right is our imperative. That's what we're really working on, is coming to live as one human family and one Earth community with a common destiny.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Excellent. So
And I
go
have
ahead.
one more thing. I wanted to just say that when people register, again, that's we.net/EarthFlash. You can register for the Printernet Gazette. And I think Brianna and I will be working on the last edits of that so that we can get it ready to go for you. So it might not come right away, but it will be there soon.
All right. So I have a couple of announcements. Shortly on Earth Day, April 22nd at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, we are presenting the 14th Annual World Peace Earth Day celebration produced by Andrew Kane for 14 years. He's been doing that each year on Earth Day. And as usual, it will feature an extraordinary lineup of speakers and performers, and this time will include Hazel Henderson, Dar Jamel, Monica Willard, Heidi Little, Missy Galore, and actually all the folks on the show today will be having an intergenerational dialogue on climate as part of this on Earth Day. And it starts at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and you can go to see it at the We Campaign page on Facebook. So that's facebook.com/the We Campaign, and you can go there also for the recording. I also want to let people know that the next Welcome to We show will be on May 18th. It's always on the third Tuesday of each month, starting at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Also want to mention the magazine that we have called Trends. Full name is Trends in Global Grassroots Organizing. And it features the change agents and movements that are creating peace, justice, sustainability, and transformation. You can download the latest issue by going to trends.we.net. And of course, to learn more about We the World and the We Campaign, just go to we.net. So I just want to thank people. I think we accomplished our goal of inspire, inform, and involve people so that we can go from a me society to a we society. And so thank you all for this, and we will see you very soon. Thank you, and bye-bye.